Hey guys, welcome back. The title of the video is going to be Keep Your Kids Active to Build Generational Wealth, guys. So right now, it's Saturday morning and my two kids, they're playing in a tent inside. They're not on video games or smart devices as we speak. Right now, they're having fun pretending in a tent. And I've had a few videos where I've talked about not going on smart devices, saying no to your kids, and eating at the dinner table. And now I'm going with a fourth video, and that is keeping your kids active for generational wealth, guys. Now, if you want your kids to be successful in this world, this complex world that we're gonna live in, okay, where we have complex technology, AI, all these things, it's going to require collaboration with other adults someday, okay? And what you want to do today is position them for that time period. Now, in order to do that, they need to interact with other people. And that is really, all that comes down to is being active in this world. Now, what do I mean by that? It kind of means playing with other kids for the most part. All right, not being in isolation land with your mobile phone or smart device. Now, let's take a step back and let's go back 150 years before the Industrial Revolution. And let's talk about why people had children in the first place. Back then, you had two types of people in this world, two classes of people. You had aristocrats and royalty, and you had the peasants or the serfs. And the reason why people typically had children is for working the farm and helping out around the family. To be able to support a family, you had lots of kids. And even to this day, not in Western culture, but in third world countries, people have children in order to work the farm or work whatever labor it is. So that still happens today, and that keeps those people active, children active and healthy. That's another reason why you should, keep your kids active, is so they can remain healthy throughout their childhood and be set up, to have the energy in their 20s and their 30s to work for 20, 30 years in order to make a living, in order to maintain generational wealth. All right, because they have to make a living too. You could give them even $1 million, and that can be burned through overnight, to be honest. And especially 20 years from now, who knows how things are going to be as far as expenses. So they're going to have to work, no doubt, and keeping them active will get them there. Now, I'm standing up on top of my kids' fort. Now, I bought this house 3-4 years ago now, and this was the main reason why I bought this place. It's got this fort with like 3 levels on it. It's all, up above like 10 feet up. It's got like 2 roofs on this thing. And the first project I did was I improved the stairs to get up into this fort and down it, primarily to go down because you kind of would fall down those stairs. They were real rickety. And then the second thing I did was I added a slide. All right, so my kids didn't have to go down the stairs. They could go down the slide and have fun. And then I added a rock wall. That was the third thing I added to this fort. So I improved this thing tenfold. And then the fourth thing I did was I added a bunch of nice wood chips around this fort. And there's a swing set too as well that my kids like to go and play on. And that's the main reason why I purchased this property, was for my kids to remain active. It's super important these days, both health-wise and finance-wise and working-wise. That's what generational wealth is all about, is positioning your children to be successful. Every day, the neighbor kids too, it's great. We got lucky. We got neighbor kids that come over here, and our kids play in the summer literally every day. Not so much in the winter. It's real wet. It's real kind of gloomy. Not today. It's real nice and sunny. But in the winter, we do other activities. My daughter's in dance. My son, he's in Cub Scouts, so that's a little bit active. We went camping one weekend. That was pretty active. We were hiking around. We did a hike and we did sledding and all that jazz, right? Now, when my kids get older, in the winter, I'd like to get them skiing or snowboarding. I think that's a great active activity to do. But, it just depends on what's going on, obviously, with the schedule. But, start them early on when they're young. Get them playing outside, you know, all through their younger years from, you know, ages of 1 and up to, go as far as 18. Keep them playing outside. When we get home after school, honestly, I don't even go inside half the time. I'll park the car in the garage after I bring my kids home, and I'll grab a chair and I'll sit there, and he'll grab his bike and her as well. You know, just depends on what's going on. But we also do other activities like baseball and soccer. And my daughter does this Girls on the Run thing. So we're always active all the time. And you know what? It makes life like just pass by in a great way, to be honest. You know, your time just flies by when you're busy with your kids. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great way to live. You know, every now and then, do my kids play video games? Of course. You know, what kid doesn't? You know, and what kid doesn't get on a smart device here and there? But if they're able to, and it's nice out, get them outside, get them going. And then at school, okay, a lot of people dog on public schools. I'm not going to get into that. But you know what's one thing that public schools have that a lot of other schools don't have? Is all the activities that public school has. That's what it's all about, guys. And get them involved in things in public schools, because, you know, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for all those great aspects of schools, and that's what keeps your kids interacting with each other, and they're going to be that much more successful. They're going to be able to lead and manage others when they're on a team, whether it's your kids playing on the football team, the basketball team, soccer, volleyball. The list goes on and on and on. And then maybe the clubs at school. You know, you've got the robot club, you got the chess club, whatever it is. You know, there's lots of little clubs that aren't, you know, maybe your kid's not sporty. And that's okay too. Nothing wrong with that. My kids aren't really athletic. They do play sports, but they're not super athletic. I could see them probably doing the robot club or the chess club, whatever, right? But it's all about being active and just constantly going. Because in real life, when you're an adult, a successful adult, you're going to be busy. You got to learn to manage your time to be successful. You think that the CEOs are sitting there, you know, on their phone all day and just, you know, watching TV or a smart device? No, they're going to meetings day in, day out, hour after hour after hour. That's all CEOs and the top brass do all day long. You know, they have to manage their time. They have to interact with other people. That's how it works. That's what success is. And you need to be successful to maintain any sense of generational wealth, because otherwise you'll just blow it all, to be honest, okay? If you don't know how to work with money and value and all that. So I digress a little bit. So yeah, keep your kids active, guys. That's super important. And you know what? It's just gonna make your family really happy at the end of the day. You're gonna be busy. You're gonna be proud of what you see your kids do when they're active in sports and in band and in chess club, whatever it is. You know, there's so many things that you can do these days. It's great. It's a great life. It's a wealthy life at the end of the day. If that's how you want to make it, it's up to you. You've got the freedom to do so, okay? If you have children, think about this. Position your family around this, you know? If you're looking for a house, don't just look for the house that has the biggest living room for the biggest widescreen TV. Look for the house that has, you know, property big enough to have a fort, or big enough for your kids to run around. You know, I know it's not easy. You know, properties are expensive, but that's what you want to do. You want to position yourself for your children. It's the most important thing. You know, I'm talking about family more often on this channel a little bit. You know, I love my stock market, don't get me wrong, but family's important. You want to keep your kids active. You want to pass down a generational wealth to kids that are able to take advantage of it. So anyways, this is a gorgeous morning. I figured I'd come out, you know, give my kids fort and shoot this video. It's all about them. So anyways, you guys have a great day. Take a look at my previous video if you could. And I think I'll link in the comments the video on staying off smart devices for generational wealth. So anyways, you guys have a great day, and thanks. Bye.